Hey guys, I've got a very fun video for today. I'm going to be showing you guys the rarest records in my vinyl record collection. If you're new to my channel, I make a ton of different vinyl record content, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of that, and you can check out more of my vinyl videos at the end of this video, or there will be links in the description. A few weeks ago, I posted a video where I cataloged my entire vinyl record collection on Discogs, but I didn't really go too deep into which ones were actually pretty rare and valuable. I kind of just glanced over that, so I thought I would make a separate video showing you guys the actual records that are very rare in my collection. I would still consider myself a newer collector because I've only been collecting for a little over a year now. I started in May 2020 and it is September 2021, so I haven't really been collecting that long. So this video includes all of my vinyl records that I have collected up until this point. So you'll see like some of the prices are actually pretty low, or some people would consider them low. I think they're kind of high just because I'm a kid and I obviously don't have a ton of money, and that also just shows you what kind of records I collect. Pretty much all of the records in my collection and in this video are like modern, so they're newer records. They're like pop and like radio music and like EDM and hip hop, like all like the newer stuff. That's just my taste, that's just my style of music. I don't really listen to older music, so there are going to be a lot of newer records, and since they are newer, they aren't going to be probably as valuable as you're thinking. So to make my top 10 list, I based this off of Discogs, so you can see the low, medium, and high ends of prices that your record has sold by. And yes, all of these prices are based on what has sold on Discogs alone, so some of the prices might not be truly accurate, but I filtered everything by the median price. I thought that would be a pretty fair estimate of how valuable a record is rather than going from the high end. And like I said, the Discogs numbers may not be completely accurate because it is just based off of sales, so at the end I'm going to include a few honorable mentions that I think should have made the list, just because I know that they are rare, and I'll explain all of that later. Starting off at number 10, I have Post Malone's latest album, his third album, Hollywood's Bleeding. This edition of Hollywood's Bleeding I got off of Post Malone's merch store. It's a long story, but I was supposed to get the purple one that they advertised on the website, but they ended up sending me the pink one instead. I'm not sure really what happened with the merch, but I ended up getting a pink one, and I'm fine with the pink. Right, so here's the pink. Love that so much. Post Malone is a rapper, so obviously this is like rap music, and I love rap music, and Post Malone is one of my favorite rap artists, so I obviously had to get his album on vinyl. It is being sold still, so it is very popular still, so I definitely can see why it's at the bottom of the list. So again, these numbers are based off of sales on Discogs, so on the low end, the minimum, this is sold for $31. In the median, it's $37. And on the maximum high end, it's sold for $48. So like I said earlier, these prices are definitely pretty low, but that is just because of the type of records that I collect. Coming in at number 9, I have Post Malone's first album, Stoney. This is the standard orange edition. So here's what the orange looks like. I really love this one too. So if you like rap music and you like Post Malone, or you're just looking to try out different music, I definitely recommend listening to Stoney and Hollywood's Bleeding. The minimum for Stoney was $33, the median was $40, and the max was $55. At number 8, I have Black Panther, the album. This is not the score, this is just the soundtrack that went along with the movie. There are various different artists on here, ranging from like Kendrick Lamar, Khalid, Sway Lee, Vince Staples, SZA, Travis Scott, The Weeknd. There's so many incredible artists on here, so if you like Marvel superheroes and you like Black Panther, I would definitely recommend checking out this album. The one that I have here is the Target exclusive version, and this is on transparent red vinyl. The minimum for Black Panther this edition was $21, the median was $40, and the high end, the max, was $60. Tons of different original rap and hip hop songs made just for the movie, obviously because it's Black Panther, so they included like different African stuff in the music, which was super cool. So I'd say definitely check this out if you're looking for something different. Coming in at number 7, I have Dua Lipa's second album, Future Nostalgia. This album is award-winning, super popular. I'm pretty sure it won a couple Grammys as well. Here's what the back looks like. I really love the aesthetic. So it's definitely like modern, like 80s music. It's like a bunch of pop and disco. So if you like older music, like 80s and stuff, you would probably like this album. This I got from Urban Outfitters. This is the Urban Outfitters exclusive translucent blue vinyl. So here is what that looks like. I believe it is now sold out on Urban Outfitters. And this album is still on the radio. You could still hear it. It's still super popular still, and it's been out for like, I think a year. So on the low end, this record sold for $26, in the middle, $41, and on the high end, $62. Here at number 6, I have the Chainsmokers' first album, Memories Do Not Open. I really love the aesthetic of this album, with the fairy lights and like the bedroom and how everything is lit. I just think it's so beautiful. So the Chainsmokers, they only have their first 2 EPs and their first album on vinyl. The rest of their music, they have like 2 more albums. The rest of their music they don't have on vinyl, so I think that adds to the value. This is actually super hard to find now. I bought this this was actually one of the very first records that I bought for my collection, and I bought this off of Barnes & Noble's website online, and now it is completely sold out. I can't find this anywhere other than on like eBay or Discogs, where people are reselling them, but at crazy prices. This is on a translucent gold vinyl. I think it's very cool. I love EDM music, so I had to have this. So if you like dance music or EDM, you'd probably like this if you like the Chainsmokers too. There's a ton of like super popular radio songs on here, like Paris and Something Just Like This. I'm sure you've probably heard those songs before, especially a couple years ago when they came out. The minimum end, this record sold for $25. In the middle, it sold for $42, and on the high end, it sold for $100. I know definitely on eBay, this is selling for anywhere between $100 to $200. I bought this like a year ago. I never thought it would be worth this much now. Here at number 5, I have this, and this is music from the Batman trilogy. It was composed by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, and this has tracks from every movie from the Dark Knight trilogy, directed by Christopher Nolan. So it has a couple songs from Batman Begins, a couple songs from The Dark Knight, and a couple songs from The Dark Knight Rises. I forgot to mention this earlier, but this record was limited to 1,200 hand-numbered copies, and as you can see, I have number 337 out of 1,200. So that also adds to the value of this pressing. It's super limited. This is on black vinyl, so I'm not going to show it, but I think it looks really cool, and I am a big fan of Christopher Nolan and his movies, so I had to get his soundtracks as well. And I love Hans Zimmer so much. He's probably my favorite composer, so of course I had to get this. I got this for a great deal on eBay. I only paid about $20 for it. So on the low end, it sold for $40. In the middle, it sold for $44. And on the maximum end, it sold for $48. Here at number 4, I have 5 Seconds of Summer's second album, Sounds Good, Feels Good. Like I said, was the second album from 5 Seconds of Summer, so it is pretty old now, considering they're making their 5th album now. 5 Seconds of Summer are a pop rock band. So if you like rock bands or rock music, you should probably check this out. This album has a ton of fan favorites if you're a fan of Hot Sauce. You'll know what I'm talking about. Pretty sure this is not being pressed anymore, and they did release different colored variants. Like I know this has a green and a pink variant, which I don't have, but even the black pressing is really, really rare, and people are paying crazy amounts of money for it. I bought this over a year ago, and so I didn't pay like a whole lot for it, only about $20 to $30 while it was still kind of popular, and now I can't find it anywhere, and the prices have definitely gone up, especially on eBay. People are selling this for like $100. So on Discogs, this is kind of funny, honestly. The minimum that this sold for was $7. Imagine getting this for $7. That is a steal. The median is $55, so that is a huge increase from $7. And the maximum end sold for $85. We are now getting down to the top 3. So at number 3, I have Heartbreak Weather by Niall Horan. This is his second album. If you don't know, Niall Horan was a member of One Direction, and this is his solo album, obviously. This album is pretty new. It came out just over a year ago, and this is also the Urban Outfitters exclusive. I bought this one in the same order that I bought the Dua Lipa one. So this is the Urban Outfitters exclusive yellow pressing, which I really love. The bright yellow is sold out on Urban Outfitters, and so it's obviously becoming more valuable now. So on Discogs, the low price is $27. The median price is actually $60, which is crazy. And you are not going to believe this. The maximum price that this sold for on Discogs was $139. I'm so glad I bought it when I did. At number 2, I have 5 Seconds of Summer's latest album, their 4th album, Calm Plus One edition, and what that means is it's basically the deluxe edition of the album and has one extra song on it right here, Kill My Time. So this is pressed on a very pretty hot pink color. It's probably one of my favorite colored pressings that I have in my entire collection. So I bought this from their merch store as soon as it came out. I pre-ordered it, and now it is sold out on their store. So glad I got it before it sold out, because if I wanted it now and I didn't have it, I would have had to pay crazy prices. So on the minimum end, this sold for $32. The median price of this was $61, and the maximum price of this was $68. I think this album is definitely more rock, but it also does have some pop and even like hip-hop influences a little bit, so it's definitely a mix of a lot of different genres. The record at number 1 was no surprise to me. I definitely knew that this is my most valuable record before I even made the video. So here at number 1, the rarest and most valuable vinyl record in my entire collection is Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1 by Calvin Harris. This is Calvin Harris's latest album, even though it came out in like 2017, I think. This has features from a ton of different artists, household names. You've got Pharrell Williams, Ariana Grande, Future, Khalid, Travis Scott, Snoop Dogg, Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry, so many more. This is definitely one of my favorite albums, and I'm telling you guys, it is the perfect album for summer. This has a ton of summer bops on it. So when I bought Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1, I bought it off of Calvin Harris's merch store. It was a little bit more expensive on there because of shipping and everything, so I think I paid like $40 for this. So on Discogs, the low end was $44. The median was $62, and on the high end, this thing sold for $147. I know on eBay this is selling anywhere between $100 to $200. Literally the week after I bought this off of the merch store, it sold out. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I bought it when I did, because I probably would have never have been able to get it now because I would not pay like $100 for this. Funk Wave Bounces Volume 1 took the number 1 spot, but I also want to say a few honorable mentions. Like I said earlier, these are vinyl records that did not make the cut just because of the way I filtered them on Discogs by the median, but if I filter them by the max, then they would have definitely made the cut, and I know for a fact that these records are like rare and sold out, so I will get into that now. So right here I have Bouquet, which is an EP by the Chainsmokers. Like I said earlier, now the Chainsmokers music is super hard to find on vinyl, and it has definitely gone up in price and value. When I got this, it was only like $15 to $20, but now it's really hard to find, so obviously the price is going up. So on Discogs, the low end of this is $22. The median is $35 and the high end is $65. This is Zed's album Clarity. When I bought this, I bought it used for about $15 to $20 on eBay. Again, pretty cheap. There are still some copies available, but it is definitely going up in price. When I got it, this was like one of the only ones I could find on eBay. On the low end, this sold for $16 when it was still super popular and there were a lot of copies available. And the median price was $22. But on the high end, this sold for $100 on Discogs. So this right here is Try Hard, the EP by the band Camino. And they are pretty similar to Five Sauce. They are a pop rock band as well. So the reason why this one is also super rare and valuable is because this is the translucent orange pressing. So I bought that off of the band Camino's merch store. I paid like regular price for it, but now it is sold out on their merch store and I cannot find this anywhere. The orange pressing is now super rare and it is selling for a ton of money now. It sold for $16 on the low end. The median price was $26 and the high end price was $107, and this just recently sold for $107 about 2 or 3 months ago. Actually, next week, September 10th, the band Camino's debut self-titled album is actually coming out, so I will be reacting to that. That was it. Those were the top 10 rarest and most valuable vinyl records in my collection. Let me know what other vinyl related videos you guys want me to do. Let me know what rare or valuable records that you guys have in your collections. I really want to know, especially since I am newer at collecting. I've only been collecting for like a year, and I bet you guys have been collecting for way longer. So you guys probably have records that are worth like 5 times as much as mine. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!